guys, it's the RetrofloraPodcast. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Charmy. And we're just two crazy sisters with an opinion and a channel.
If you like true crime, conspiracies, and supernatural crap, then this is your channel. Sorry, you guys, I totally forgot what I was about to say.
It's only one word.
I know. Sorry for the delay, you guys. I got sick. And
I did not.
Yeah, must be nice. So that is why we are a week later, because your girl was sick. I'm still kind of not sick, but I'm still congested. And I have a cough.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, so this is part 2 of the Poltergeist series. Woo!
Where we're going to talk about 1982's Poltergeist.
You guys, I'm not even going to lie. As a kid, this movie did scare me a little bit, especially like the face peeling scene.
I'd never seen this until now. I saw the remake, but I didn't see this one.
But when we watched it, I could not stop laughing.
Me too. I was like talking to my dad, like, this is supposed to be a horror movie, right? Why am I laughing so much?
But you know what? To be fair, I was laughing at the Child's Place.
Child Play.
All the Child Place movies. So, yeah. As a kid, I was not laughing, but as an adult, I am laughing.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Well, without further ado, let's get into this. The 1980 film Poltergeist was directed by Tobe Hooper, with Steven Spielberg producing it and even having a writing credit. The only thing I knew about this movie before going in was like the Simpsons parody. And the Family Guy parodies of it too. But also Scary Movie 2, which was so stupid. They had the clown in it, it had the tree. It had the girl. We're not going to talk about that scene.
We are definitely going to talk about that scene.
But not the Scary Movie one.
Oh, Scary Movie one? Because of the Scary Movie one, when that scene came on,
I was like, what the heck?
Stop laughing.
Because the Scary Movie ruins everything.
It doesn't ruin it. It just makes it funny.
The film centers around the Freeling family who resides in Cuesta Verde, California. Their parents, Stephen and Diane, their 16-year-old daughter, Dana, their 8-year-old son, Robbie, and their 5-year-old daughter, Carol Ann. Stephen is a real estate agent, while Diane is a stay-at-home mom. One night, their daughter, Carol Ann, seems to be mesmerized by the family's television set while it's playing post-broadcast static. A ghostly white hand emerges from the screen, followed by a violent earthquake. Carol Ann then turns and says, the most iconic line ever. I didn't even have to watch this movie to know it was coming.
Shout out to the mom in them hot pants though. I'm really loving it.
Those
and
shorts.
And the parents smoking weed.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
I took a double take. I was like, wait, what?
Are the parents smoking?
These are some chill parents.
Honestly,
after
watching the movie, they are chill parents.
I know, they really are. Now, I don't know why this is the time the ghost started acting up. Like, it's never really explained. Well, after this point, they just started.
Yeah, I think I read something that it ties in with the youngest daughter and her, because she was born in the house, the tie she has to it. Why they chose now, I don't know.
Yeah, because nothing else happened.
They were saying that she's so positive and there's so much joy that
we're gonna attack her now.
No, a light radiates from her, and that they were seeing her as the light to pass through. I don't know. I guess that day her light meter just shot up, and it was like, all right,
yeah, because of all the times to attack, it was just random.
Yeah, I do like. I'm not gonna lie, the Family Guy reason of the
skull.
The skull. Yeah, that made sense.
I was expecting a skull in this.
Yeah, me too.
But
I really thought there was a skull in here too. I was like, I could swear there was, and I was like, oh no, that was Family Guy.
The next day, the ghosts started playing Cirque du Soleil with their chairs and moving stuff around.
Girl.
And instead of freaking out like a normal person would, the mom seems exhilarated by it. Like, she was like, oh my god, look at this. And she puts her daughter in the circle and just throws her across the room.
The circle slid her.
Okay, yeah, I'm like, this is not normal. Even the dad was freaked out. He was like, no one goes in the kitchen until I figure out what's going on, which I don't know how you're going to figure out what's going on.
Shout out to the dad for playing Mr. Incredible, just to let you know that. Yeah, that I agree with you. The mom was a little too excited about this.
Yeah,
like, girl,
hotel
really,
now.
Right.
And then the poltergeist starts to become very sinister. The next night, or I guess just the night after that, there's a thunderstorm. The creepy tree outside their son's house, I don't know why, burst through the window.
Outside his room.
Outside his room window, yeah, sorry. Outside his room window, bursts through the window, grabs him, and then like pulls him out, and I couldn't stop laughing at it because it was just out of nowhere.
The tree wanted to eat their son.
Yeah, but it was funny because the tree burst through, broke the window, grabbed the son, went out, and when he went out, I guess he resealed the glass and turned it, yes. And the window was like fine afterward, and then the parents were like, oh my god, and they run outside to get the kid. But as they run outside, they leave their daughter, who I don't know what, she has no like survival instincts whatsoever. She just sits completely still. Even a child knows to run when they're scared.
Well, you know, people do have that fight or flight or fawn. So
hers is freeze.
Fawn. It's yeah,
is it fawn?
No, I guess the freeze would be.
Is it fight?
Yeah,
fight, flight, or freeze? And she
and
freezes. Fawn. She needs to run.
Yeah, she freezes.
She's just staring at them, like screaming that they're. Even the teenage daughter was screaming and running around, but she was just sitting there.
I don't know what I would do with that in that situation. I would like to think that I would run based off of my anxiety. I just think I'm gonna run, but there is a possibility that I could freeze. I stick with the biggest person in the room for protection. But as they're trying to get their son from the tree, the closet door opens up to their daughter's bedroom and like sucks her in. And like that little girl got a grip because she bending really the metal. It sucked everything in our room before it could suck her out.
Yes. Like she was like, I ain't going.
She really was not trying to let go. I don't blame her, girl. She was not Elsa. She was not letting it go.
She really wasn't. It was also funny that a tornado comes out of nowhere and sucks up the tree. And this is California. We do not get tornadoes. And for some reason, no one else in the neighborhood sees this.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is the same neighborhood that Monster House took place in because they mind their business here. Except for at the end. But
yeah, but I'm like, how did y'all not hear this, not see this? There's a freaking tornado outside who just ate a tree. Which I don't understand.
Girl, the tree came alive and busted in and took the sun. I don't understand how they didn't hear that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This movie went from 0 to 100 real quick. That split second.
And yet it still dragged because it was 2 hours.
Yeah. Carol Ann goes missing, but her voice can be heard through the static of the TV. And she can hear the people outside the TV back. Kind of like a Ring Girl situation. The parents then call a parapsychologist named Martha Leash and her team to investigate, which this team literally did nothing. Like they just like took pictures and stuff, but they didn't really help the situation.
There's a scene where like she's telling him like take a picture because like clearly stuff is moving around the house, and he's taking like multiple photos, and he has like this is the 80s, so like he has a camera that has the lens cap on it. He can even take the lens cap off.
The team determines that there is a poltergeist.
Sorry, I had to.
A poltergeist intrusion involving multiple ghosts. Also, Steven learns from his boss that their project they're developing in the area was a former cemetery, and the graves were moved to a nearby location. Why didn't you just go to that location that didn't have a cemetery?
Girl, I don't know, but like the whole we're gonna repurpose these dead people.
I mean, technically,
was crazy. I mean, it was just like I don't know. He just said like it was nothing. Like yeah, this used to be a cemetery, but we just moved the dead people.
Honestly, I feel like everywhere we go is a cemetery.
True, but this is an official cemetery. Some places are not official cemeteries.
So it's not official. It's okay.
No, it's not okay. It's just that this was an official place where people were specifically burying their dead.
They send their teenage daughter away, but we never really see her again until the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Girl, it was not the last 5 minutes, but
it was like the last 10 minutes.
The last 10 minutes of the movie. She came out of nowhere,
like she was gone, and then she was here. So they send their daughter off, but they keep their son with them for one more disturbance, and then they send him off. Like, why didn't you just send him off with her?
That disturbance was a disturbance, though, because homegirl was coming down the stairs, just flowing. And
yeah, I was like...
I'm not gonna lie, that scene where they just send him in a cab, and then the dog just
gets
and it's like, yeah, get out of here.
That's trust. They trusted a lot in the 80s, man. Like, the fact that the mom didn't go with him to make sure he got to his destination...
No, they got bigger fish to fry. They're killer. They can't see. So he's snatching kids. This face peeling scene. So
that was the scariest scene for me.
Yeah,
I guess it wasn't scary. It's more disturbing.
Yeah, as a kid, I was definitely scared of that scene. As I watch it now, it was still.
I think it's
still kind of disturbing. Yeah. But like It was wild. It was wild because he peeled his face and he just went downstairs like he didn't just peel his face
I know,
off.
like you didn't run out screaming. You didn't run out like, oh my god, this what happened. Like he didn't tell nobody.
But you know, I guess at this point in the movie, they're just so used to crazy stuff that this was nothing.
But the thing is that after that scene, he doesn't come back. They're like, oh, he's not coming back. Like, yeah, but he isn't. He literally says he's not coming back, and they're like, okay, well, let's resume our investigation. So he clearly was freaked out about it, but never told anybody.
He's one of those freak out in silence people. I also want to talk about how none of them noticed that the camera was turning and then like some crazy light activity.
They suck at their job. They needed Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Girl, they really would have got it. Because there was a scene like he's just listening to music. That's when the dude's peeling his face off, and he comes in, and then they finally see the light coming from the door, and then it's some, I don't know what she was, multiple souls coming down. I don't really know what they were doing.
Like the black guy, I thought he was gonna die because it's the 80s and horror film. I thought the black people always die first, but he didn't, which I was really glad about. But he sucks at his job. There's a light. You're in a dark room and you don't see that light behind you.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't care how good the music was in the 80s, which it really was good. But like
you're in a dark room and the light's coming and you don't see that.
Yeah, not to mention that these ghosts were pretty vain, because not only did they have like this little, I don't know, like stair runway scene, but they also faced the camera towards them. They literally turned the camera towards there. I
don't care who sees.
You're getting this on camera tonight.
Make me famous, humans.
And then they all stood there, and finally the dad was like, what is going on? Like, what are you doing? Like,
I know,
are you doing a fashion show?
When I was the kid there, I still don't know why.
I don't either. She has separation anxiety. I understand. I don't want my kid to go either, but
she let the teenager go.
It's easy to let your teenagers go.
The parents then bring in Tangina Barnes,
her name's Tangina,
a spiritual medium, because the parapsychologist didn't do nothing.
And you guys, she had like this voice.
Oh my gosh, she was so small. She had like cute. Such the highest.
She had like a high pitched Southern accent. It was
so
cute.
She says that the spirits are not at rest and are attracted to Carol Ann's life force. And it's because, like, the thing you said, that's her being born there, and
she had a lot of tie to the land.
Very happy-go-lucky spirit that they wanted to eat.
They didn't want to eat. They thought she was a light for heaven. Okay?
You know what I'm thinking about Talk to Me, when she went to see the other side of what they were doing to the kid, and there's all those demons sucking in. Yeah, that was...
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Talk to Me was crazy. The medium also detected a dark presence called the Beast, who was restraining Carol Ann and manipulating her life force in order to prevent the other spirits from crossing over.
So the Beast was like, I don't want to be alone over here, so he kidnapped Carol Ann.
The entrance to the other dimension is in the children's bedroom closet and exits through the living room ceiling, which I thought was weird.
I don't know. That was weird.
I really feel like they should have explained why that was. Diane ties a rope around her and enters the portal. Once she's in there, she grabs Carol Ann, and they get pulled out and drop in the middle of the ceiling, covered in this gooey, nasty stuff.
It's called ectoplasm.
Yeah, it was disgusting to look at. And like, the house gave birth to them again.
Yeah, it did look like the house gave birth to them again.
And then the spiritual medium says the house is clean, but we all know she's a freaking liar.
She said, let's see if I can do it. The house is clean.
But she's a liar because it wasn't clean, because still got like 20 minutes left in this movie.
Well, to be fair, the house was semi-clean.
Semi-clean.
There was one occupant that was not, he could have left, but he wanted to seek revenge.
On their last night in the house, the ghost attacked again. The Beast. The Beast, attacked again. He's trying to suck the children back into the closet. I'm sorry. But that's what was happening. No, but before that, the clown scene, which creeped me out. That was another scene that creeped me out, was the clown. But I can't stop laughing because it's a scary movie.
Right. No, that clown literally was boxing this boy. Like, he pulled him under the bed. They was going at it. Yeah. And wait, here's the messed up part. In my opinion, the sister, I guess she really is a freeze type girl. She sat in bed and watched this.
She sat back and watched him get beat up by a clown. Like, she really is useless. This little girl ain't doing nothing.
That scene was pretty funny.
But like, he's like, this through the entire film, he's scared of this clown, which I'm like, why do you even have it?
Yeah.
Like, I would tell my parents, get rid of it.
Or I would have hit it.
And then he puts in this, like, chair right in front of his bed. No, like, why?
I don't know why.
And then he sees that the clown's missing. He's like, oh, crap. And he looks under the bed, but the clown is under there. The clown just jumps on him and starts beating him and, like, choking him and drags him underneath the bed. And it's like, we didn't even see what's underneath the bed. But somehow he gets away and starts ripping the cotton out. Ripping the cotton out of the clown, which is, like, so funny. Like, at least he fights back, you know?
I'm so sorry. We're literally crying right now.
Because, like, it was so funny. But, like, at least he fight back. The little girl did nothing. She literally did nothing. She didn't scream for help. She didn't try to open the door to get out. She just stared.
That's why they wanted her, like, she's so innocent. Because the son was definitely not. He was ready to box him like Rocky. Like...
And while the clown scene's going on, the mom is getting thrown around in the room like a rag dog.
Yeah, she really was getting that scene from Scary Movie 2 where the ghost and the other girl are, you know, doing their thing. That's exactly what they just took this scene and just made it sexual. Yeah. Because that's literally what was happening.
Like, yeah, I feel bad for her. And then he, like, throws her out and this big ghost thing comes out the door.
It's like the skeleton thing.
Skeleton dinosaur thing. Like, yeah.
I guess he really was a beast.
I guess so. He's just yelling at her. She's like, ah! And then she falls down.
She's like, you can't have my children.
But it's like she says that, but then she's like, I know he's pushing her down the stairs, and then he pushes her outside. Like, girl, did you really fight that hard?
He just evicted her out of her own house.
He really did. And then she's outside in the unfinished pool, and she slides down the pool into the muddy, dirty water. By the way, it's raining. Yeah. And the skeletons just pop out of nowhere, and, like, even coffins rise up and open, and then the bodies, really, and then the bodies just fall out. I'm like, really? This is a lot. This is doing too much.
And guess what? Finally, the neighbors come.
They really do. Like, y'all did not hear this?
Yeah, so the neighbors finally came.
It's so funny, though. That scene, though, that skeleton scene took like 4 to 5 days to film. Mm-hmm. And I bet it was hell. Because to do that over and over again for days, I would have been so mad.
Yeah, that's...
Props to the actress.
Yeah, you go, girl.
The mom finally she's saved by the neighbor. And then she goes back in the house.
But before she went back in the house, the neighbors turned around and was like, what's going on with your house? They were not going back in there. They made it abundantly clear that you gotta get your kids by yourself.
Yeah, I understand that.
I do too.
Like,
sorry, girl, make some more.
It's different if it's like a regular intruder, but if something supernatural, what am I going to do?
They just see the lights flashing and stuff like, no, you're on your own, girl.
The mom goes back inside, and her kids are about to get sucked into the hole again, and she, like, grabs them and pulls them out. And then the husband, I guess he was at work or something, comes home, and then they all, like, run into his car, and that's when the teenager comes back. Why did you come back at night? Why didn't you come back in the morning?
She's probably being defiant. She's probably supposed to have been back, but she's like, I'm not coming back.
But she's just like, what's going on? Like, get your boy in this car.
Right. They literally just get a car.
And that's also, like, the guy's boss is there, and he tells him they just moved the headstones, they didn't move the bodies.
Which we kind of already saw in the pool scene.
But I'm thinking, like, why are all the bodies just in this one house plot? Shouldn't all the other houses also be getting haunted?
Oh, why? Well, the reason that this house is getting haunted is because they want that girl's energy, so they're just focused on her.
But they don't want no one else got that same energy around?
No, say y'all all sinners and heathens.
We want the goodies. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So the film ends with them staying in a motel, and then the dad removes the TV room from the motel room and then leaves it outside, which I do not blame him, because it could be another ghost underneath there.
That's
too.
how I felt when I watched The Rain Girl. Like, everything, no TVs in any room right now. Turn them all off, turn them sideways, turn them upside down. I don't care. They can't be seen.
And it was so funny because the ending scene really reminds me of the first Incredibles movie when their house gets blown up, and the second Incredibles are living in a motel with nothing. No. And it's like so funny that the dad plays Mr. Incredible.
That is true.
Craig T. Nelson, who plays both the dad and Mr. Incredible. That's funny.
Yeah, also in Family Guy, they put the TV outside, and they also put Meg outside.
Yeah, they just don't like Meg.
They really don't. She's done nothing wrong.
She really hasn't.
Except for be their child.
The ending was very macabre, and, like, nothing really was resolved.
Right, they just said bye.
Like, their house is gone, their children are traumatized for life, TVs are not allowed in their house anymore, and, like, life will never be the same for them. Well, that was Poltergeist. Was I scared? No, I was laughing my butt off. But
very good movie. I recommend you
funny
all
to
go
watch.
watch it.
I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
I give it a 7 out of 10. Only because I love a good 80s movie.
Yeah.
And this definitely was ticking off all my 80s checkpoints.
Honestly, though, I probably would like not watch this movie ever again.
I might. This movie was funny, so I think that
I guess it depends on.
I think I can watch it once every Halloween because I think it's a really good.
I don't know if I see it on TV and it's like, oh, it's coming up next. I'll be like, okay.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't choose it to turn. I wouldn't choose to turn it on.
Also,
you know?
it's not really easy to find right now. So,
it really isn't.
No.
And they had a dog which did nothing. That dog, like, there was that one scene where the dog was barking at the wall and throwing a ball at the wall. I guess talking to the ghost, but he literally did not try to protect them. He did not bark when there's danger. He was useless.
He was just like the parents. He was a chill dog. So if you don't know
now you know.
if you don't know that there is a quote unquote curse that goes along with this movie. So 4 cast members died during and as soon after filming. The first actress to die was Dominique Dunn, who originally played the older sister, Dana Freely. She was actually murdered in 1982 by her ex-partner, John Sweeney. In November, he showed up to her home begging for Dominique to take him back. When she refused, John grabbed her neck and choked her till she passed out, then left her to die in her driveway.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He was only sentenced to 6.5 years, but was released after 3 years and 7 months.
Why?
I
Overcrowding?
have no idea. I really was very shocked about this. And I read somewhere that he actually found a job so easy after this. I think it was working at a cafeteria or something. And then, they were working somewhere with food. And the mother of Dominique was passing out stuff to the people there saying, do you know that a murderer is cooking your meals? And so he got fired. But yeah, he ended up changing his name to something I can't remember. I should probably figure it out so you guys could go harass him. I'm just kidding. Don't harass him. But yeah, he only got sentenced 6.5 years,
which
but he only served 3 years and 7 months, especially since he choked her.
Mm-hmm. Like usually people get like 20, 25 years.
She died, dude. I don't know why he didn't get more time, but that's all the time he got.
That's crazy.
I know. The next cast member to die was Heather O'Rourke, who played the other daughter, Carol Ann. Heather was 6 years old when the first Poltergeist movie came out. In 1987, Heather was misdiagnosed with Crohn's disease, and the following year she became sick again and her symptoms were considered to be the flu. A day later, she collapsed from cardiac arrest, where she was airlifted to a children's hospital in San Diego. She died during a bowel obstruction surgery and it was believed she suffered from congenital intestinal abnormality.
Dang.
I know, dude, she was 12.
It's just sad.
I know, she died, I believe the third Poltergeist movie had came out.
Was she in the second and third?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she was in all of them, I believe. And she died before the third one came out.
That's so crazy.
Just so sad because I just feel like it could have been avoided, but I'm not really sure. I mean,
the medical.
Yeah, this was before the 2000s, obviously. Matter of fact, let me see what year she died. So she died in 88, and the third Poltergeist movie did come out that year. She is in it, but she died before she could see it. Also, these are in order. I'm sorry, you guys. The next person to die was Julian Beck, who played the evil preacher Kane from Poltergeist 2, which we did not watch. He's an evil preacher, which is crazy. He died from stomach cancer. And then Will Sampson, who played Taylor, the Native American shaman, died in 1987 after undergoing a heart and lung transplant surgery. And his survival rates were already slim. And I know I said 4 cast members died, but actually another cast member died. So Lou Perryman, who played Pugsley, was also a victim of an extremely violent murder. He was killed in 2009 by Seth Christopher Tatum, a man released from prison for robbery. Seth randomly invaded Lou's home and killed him with an axe. He pled guilty to murder and received a life sentence.
Okay, he received a life sentence?
Yeah, I know.
But the other guy didn't? This
also happened in 2009, so I know the laws are different, but yeah, he was violently killed with an axe.
That's crazy.
And it was just a random attack, which is very rare in murders. And then we have JoBeth Williams, who played the mom, Diane, claimed that Steven Spielberg used real human skeletons because they were cheaper props. But that's never been verified. He claims that he did not use real skeletons. I don't know if real skeletons would be cheaper, but I heard the same thing with Pirates of the Caribbean. So,
yeah.
Why is it cheaper to have real skeletons back then?
Well, because skeletons, you just gotta pay for it. Well, plastic, you gotta make it.
It takes more time to make a human skeleton than it does plastic, so I'm still trying to figure out.
What do you mean? Like you just take a body.
I mean, it takes 9 months to make a human.
I mean, they don't want those skeletons. They want the grown ones, and they're
I know. I'm just saying that it just seems like getting plastic would be easier. It would be more sense if they were more realistic. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense why they use. I mean, it does make sense. Do not use real humans' bodies, but that because they're cheaper is crazy to me. I would think it would be spendy to get like a human corpse.
You would think it would be cost
skeleton
more.
System. Yeah, I know, but that's what she believes. Now, Steven Spielberg said he ain't use them, and Will Sampson, who played the Native American shaman in one of the Poltergeist movies, he was actually a real medicine man, and he actually performed authentic exorcism on that set.
Oh my god.
So I thought that was very interesting. And so yeah, that's the curse. Is there a curse? I don't think so. I don't think
so either.
They just died, but I just really don't like that a lot of these people died, and 2 of them were murdered.
Yeah, that's
the guy who died for stomach cancer. That sucks, but that makes more sense to me because it's a disease.
Yeah.
Than the 2 who were murdered. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it's a curse because I feel like a whole bunch of more people would have to have bad things happen to them.
And I just didn't read any crazy things happening on set. I mean, besides like the shaman saying that, look, the medicine man saying that, look, we really about to bust this set because y'all really doing some crazy stuff on here. But yeah, that's the Poltergeist, you guys. The first one, because we're not watching the other 2.
Poltergeist.
Portuguese. Okay, so what was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part was the ending. Just kidding. I don't know. Like the part that made me laugh the most would have been the first attack when like the tree busted in.
That scene was crazy.
That was like the door opening and sucking the little girl up. Yeah, that was probably the funniest part to me. I think I have a favorite part.
I liked the part where the mother and Tenja.
Yeah.
We're like not going back and forth, but she's just like, I'm gonna go through. She's like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna go through. She's not gonna come to you. She's like, well then, okay, go through then. She was not arguing with her. She was like, all right, go through.
What do you think you're doing? I'm going in after her. Won't come to you. Let me go. You've never done this before. Neither have you. You're right. You go.
You know what?
You know what? Why am I arguing with stupid?
Right, let's do it.
One of us needs to do it. The creepiest part is the face thing to me. That was the creepiest.
Yeah, I didn't like the face thing. Although I will have to say another part I liked is the ghost shimmying down the stairs.
What the heck?
When the next day they're all just coming down and revealing themselves. Like, y'all chose the middle of the night to do this, huh? It's like, you know what? Now is the time for a fashion show. So, what I didn't like, there were parts that dragged.
Yeah, I would say so. So that was the Poltergeist.
I do like this. I like the Poltergeist movie, though. I really did. I thought it was very entertaining. I just wish that there was some parts that could have cut out, but I didn't think the movie needs to be. I thought this was going to be an 1.5 hour movie.
Yeah, it's 2 hours long.
There's 20 minutes that they really could have cut out. Okay, I guess we can't end this without talking about how, like, we talked about Poltergeist and the activity that they are. And in this movie, they actually do talk about a lot of the Poltergeist, talking about how it is energy more so. Even though they talked about it being energy, they were still lost souls. So
yeah,
that was a little contradicting. I thought the Poltergeist activity would die down when the teenager left, but that
yeah, it's usually from
right.
teenager angst, isn't it?
Yeah, but that didn't work. They said, we don't care about the teenager. We want the little girl. Give us a little girl.
But even when they had a little girl, they were still making stuff fly.
I know. Like that scene where when they went upstairs and opened the door and like, the toys were just flying around and
that scene was crazy.
That scene was so
and the clown was on the bed or spinning in the
room.
Like,
what's going on in here, y'all?
Yeah. Like, what is the party up in here? Like.
But other than that, yeah, I talked about how poltergeists are noisy ghosts, and yeah, they cause destruction,
which all happened in the movie,
right? Like furniture was moved. There was no cutlery being thrown though, so that was very
well. Wasn't in that? Maybe not.
No, they didn't throw no cutlery, but they did stack up furniture and stuff like that. So they were moving stuff. And it's crazy because this is a scene where they're sitting at the table having breakfast, and the poltergeist is just moving the coffee around and like it's just doing all the stuff. So.
It also cleaned up that for them too.
I know, because she turned around and it was all clean, and she was like, "Did you do this?" Like, girl, no, you know dang well that little girl did not clean that table up, okay?
Also, what I thought was really funny is like in the beginning. Well, I didn't think it was funny. I thought it was weird that when the teenager was going off to school, the construction workers all whistling, catcalling at her, and she flicks her off, and her mom was like, "Yeah, that's my girl. Like you ain't out there telling him to stop." No, and then the workers are eating their food and drinking their coffee.
She said, "Flipping the bird,"
and drinking their coffee, and the mom's just like, "Oh my god, it's not like she's just nonchalant about everything."
Well, she was probably a hippie.
She's a hippie.
Well, you've made it to the end.
You must really like the sounds of our high-pitched voices and quirky commentary.
You might as well like and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to be notified every time we drop new content. If you want to follow our social medias, they will be linked in the description box below.
Bye!
Bye, you guys! Beware of the poltergeist!
Poltergeist!